So right now, Liz and I are still engaged.
Pass. Pass. Pass.
We've had a lot of issues with infidelity.
Smash.
Awesome! Well, it's here, 90 Day The Last Resort, and it features some of the last people we want to see on TV again, like Small Ed just floating around in a pool. So right now we currently have Before the 90 Days on Sundays, The Other Way on Mondays, and now The Last Resort right after The Other Way on Mondays. That is a lot of 90 Day Fiancé, not that I'm complaining. But The Last Resort does have a very different format than the other shows. The first episode cameras in with a White Lotus-like intro of the resort, which I was not expecting. So what is this new trashy show about? Well, there are 5 couples here for 2 weeks, and at the end of the 2 weeks, they decide if they want to recommit or break up. I would have much rather this been about them fighting to the death, but instead we are watching these couples do a bunch of therapy in paradise. I wasn't too surprised by who most of these 5 couples ended up being, especially the first couple that arrives. I mean, we did end the last Happily Ever After season with Liz promising that she was done with Ed forever.
Ed and I are done for good this time. I swear, this is the last breakup.
So of course they are back.
So right now, Liz and I are still engaged.
And I don't know how it's possible, but Liz looks even more miserable than she did on Happily Ever After. However, the sympathy for her has long run out, because these two have proven that they will never break up ever. So let's be honest, this isn't their true last resort. And is it just me, or are they starting to even look similar? We did get a bit of a break since their last season, but it only takes a few minutes of them being on the screen before I'm already sick of both of them.
She calls me daddy.
You're such a thing.
Geez, it feels like they have been engaged and annoying forever. Yara and Jovi are not a surprise either. They have disagreements on if they will live in the US or Europe, and they can't agree on if they will have another baby.
You just cannot go like this for so much longer.
Yeah, maybe you'll finally realize you're wrong.
All very boring stuff, but they are trying to figure out what their future holds, so here they are. And then there is, of course, Angela, who literally has no other reason to be here than to bring drama. Michael is not even with her, and he doesn't even have his visa after 3 years of supposedly waiting. I really don't think that they even filed for his visa, or that she plans to really work things out with him, because one of the first things she does is hit on this poor guest services guy.
If I'm going to make it or not, because I'm at my last rope. So if we don't, I'll be open for dinner.
This guy needs to keep pepper spray on him at all times. With Ed and Angela being a part of some of these couples, I wish they had named this show The Loser's Retreat instead of The Last Resort. I think it's more fitting. And we know that no matter what happens, that this is not the last resort for Ed and Liz. It's more like the breakup on repeat resort. But there are 2 couples that show up that I was actually surprised were on this show. The first being Molly and Kelly, with Molly arriving by herself. I thought these 2 seemed pretty solid on the single life season they were on. But we know that something happened with a bunch of craziness on social media a few months ago. Molly, her daughter Kelly, and Molly's old business partner now have bad blood between them. I'm trying to figure out if this was recorded before any of that stuff happened though. I'm a little confused by the timeline, so we will have to see if anything comes out about that on this show. Let's just hope Molly isn't really here to promote her Plexus crap. Probably the most surprising couple to show up on this show to me was Kalani and Asuelu. We hadn't really seen them together since their last season on Happily Ever After.
We've been married almost 5 years.
We have 2 boys, Oliver is 4 and Kennedy is 3.
I was never a big fan of their relationship. They rushed into getting married because Kalani was pregnant. They never really seemed happy together. Just to sum up Asuelu as a person, he is basically a giant man-child. So Kalani has basically had 3 children to take care of this whole time. And she brought all 3 of them to this resort for the show. You know, the subject of kids is a great lead-in to one of the craziest clips burned into my memory of Asuelu's mom.
I'm sorry, Kalani. I don't care about the kids. I want to take back my son to Samoa to do his duty as before.
His mom just wanted her money and wanted Asuelu and Kalani to get a divorce so she could get it. And since these 2 are really on this last resort retreat, it looks like Asuelu's mom's wish could really come true.
Our marriage is really hard, and because of me.
It turns out that since we have seen these 2 on Happily Ever After, that they have had a big issue with cheating. I mean, screw everyone else's fake storylines. I want to hear more about this. It must be bad too, because Kalani's sister is at the resort to help watch the kids, and Asuelu can't even look at her.
We were fine for like a long time until I found out what happened.
Kalani even has Asuelu sleeping on the couch in the room, so he did something bad.
I think it's possible for me and Asuelu to be happy again, but we both have to be honest and open about everything that we've done.
I wasn't sure if I would be into this show, but now I'm invested purely for this storyline. This is so much more interesting than Ed and Liz moving to Arkansas. Yes, we really went from Liz saying that she was done with Ed to moving across the country with him. Good Lord.
We're at a point where we need to figure out if we're going to have a future together or just officially part our ways.
Nice try. We knew you aren't going anywhere, Liz. But she claims that if this retreat doesn't fix things, that she won't move to Arkansas with him. Sadly, we know that no matter what, you are going to move with him, Liz. And that's not a spoiler, we just know. She is never going to get rid of this toad. As for Angela, she is technically on this retreat alone, but she's pulling a Brandon and Mary and bringing Michael around everywhere on video call.
This is my husband.
I'm sure that they could have found another couple that could do this all in person, but they just had to have this dinosaur here. She even brought divorce papers. How about you just sign them and leave? There we go. Problem solved. I'm really surprised that she wasn't edited out after she beat up a woman more recently. I mean, they supposedly edited out Colt when he broke his leg on a trampoline for this show. I don't know how they did that unless he was supposed to come in later or they had to reshoot a bunch of things. But if they edited him out, they should have done the same with Angela. The cast doesn't even want to be around her.
Freaking Angela.
No one wants to deal with her.
If she comes to my face again, I make this nail so I'm gonna stick to her eye.
Everyone gathers at the bar to meet up before the first therapy session. And the first to arrive after Jovi and Yara is Molly, alone. And then Kalani and Asuelu. If it was just this group, I'm sure the drama between the cast would be pretty minimal. But close behind are Small Ed and Liz. That name is so much better than Big Ed.
What do you think about the whole thing over there, like of Small Ed and all that?
Andre still wins with the best nickname for Ed.
I was kind of shocked to see Small Ed. He's narcissistic and all what he wants is just talk about himself, so yeah.
I don't know which interactions are more tense. Ed and Jovi after their altercation at the tell-all.
You do not talk to women like that.
First of all, you don't know my situation.
I don't.
So shut the up.
Or Kelly and Molly after Kelly finally arrives.
Molly and I have not been getting along.
Apparently things got bad between them after Kelly moved in with Molly 6 months ago, but we still don't know the details yet. I can also see a lot of tension coming from Yara when she first sees Angela. I mean, I get that. But everyone seems to try to get along. And I had no idea that Kalani and Angela were friends.
This is my bitch. I know she's here to cause some trouble. I am like, yes.
I guess I have to take what I said back about no one wanting Angela here. Kalani does. The only two people that don't seem to be getting along are Molly and Kelly. They don't even sit next to each other at the therapy session.
Definitely, we picked up the vibe that something's up.
When we do get introduced to the therapist for this retreat, I have a very hard time taking them seriously. They think that they can fix these hot mess couples in 2 weeks? Really? I mean, good luck.
Let's hope they still want to be therapists when they're done with all of us couples.
That's a good point.
Yeah. We might make them quit their job.
Ed and Liz have broken up how many times? Like 100? There's no fixing that relationship. And I'm pretty sure Angela needs an actual exorcism at this point.
Big Ed the Bee wants to remind you to subscribe to this channel. If you don't, he will fly into your house and body shame you.
It makes no sense to go to the gym and then go to 7-Eleven and eat nachos.
Well, welcome to your couples retreat. At the end of the 2 weeks, we're gonna have a commitment ceremony.
After they make Molly and Kelly sit next to each other, they go around and ask the couples what they first liked about each other and why they are here at the retreat. Then we finally get to Kalani and Asuelu, who explain more about their issues with cheating.
I feel like the reason why we're here is because of me.
And I just have to say that I was shocked by this explanation. Apparently, while Asuelu was out visiting his dad, he was going out and drinking a lot. And Kalani figured out in the grossest way that Asuelu had kissed someone else.
He was FaceTiming me and he stuck his tongue out and his tongue was white.
Asuelu had thrush, which other things can cause that, by the way. But apparently Kalani confronting Asuelu about the thrush made him admit to cheating.
So you either kiss someone here or you kiss someone down there.
I would not have shared any of that to the world, and my face looked like Jovi's while she was sharing that. He also admitted to someone giving him something else that I can't say on here. The first word rhymes with mow, which according to Molly is something Kelly never does.
I traded in my Beamer for a riding lawnmower.
At least he knows how to mow the grass.
Okay.
And the last word ends with job, which is something a lot of these people never seem to have. So after finding out about that, Kalani said she was done. And Asuelu, being the genius that he is, had an idea.
To make it even or fair, then he said I could have a hall pass and then I could go kiss someone if I wanted to.
If you don't know what a hall pass is, it has more than one definition. It's not just a piece of paper that can let you out of class. It's also temporary permission to cheat. In Kalani's case, it was supposed to just be so she could kiss someone else. But this idiot didn't think she would use it. Well, she did. And she went farther than kissing.
Understand, we have a lot of issues before these things happen.
Yeah, but if you have issues, then you try to fix the issues. You don't go cheat because there are issues.
The therapists keep talking about honesty, so Kalani reveals to Asuelu how far her hall pass actually went.
It escalated into actual sex.
Oh.
Asuelu does act like he is shocked, but I don't know. Kalani's face does not look like one of remorse. I'm starting to feel like they already broke up or something.
I don't really know what to do with the other guy. I don't really know what to do with my marriage. I want to make it work. I just have a bunch of conflicted feelings.
And again, I ask, how is this supposed to be fixed in 2 weeks? These therapists really think that this should continue? I get that they have kids together, but this is just crazy. And she's still in contact with the guy and pretty much says that she enjoys sleeping with him more.
I had only been with you. I would have only been with you. I never cheated. I never did anything wrong. So, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, what are they doing? I'm having a hard time believing that they are even really together anymore. And on a preview for what is to come on the season, I don't think that they are going to make it to that commitment ceremony.
So the other guy told me that he wanted to come see me. And I went.
They might not make it the full 2 weeks. We all know to expect drama between everybody this season, and there are some couples that probably won't even make it to the end. But so far on episode 1 of this new show, I'm mostly interested so far because of Kalani and Asuelu's storyline. Let me know what you think about this show's first episode, and if you plan to continue to watch. I think it's a little early to decide if it's worth watching all of the way through, but I think I will continue to watch this trash for now. Will you? Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!